Welcome, everyone. I am so glad that you are here joining me today on my podcast. I am Dara, and I am the host of this podcast, Designed to Win, Ripple to Wave. This week, I had planned another episode, but in lieu of some things that have happened in our country the last couple of days, I wanted to take a pause and honor the memory of Charlie Kirk, a young man who was a brilliant young man. He was only 31 years old, but he left a very deep mark on our nation. Charlie was unfortunately assassinated a couple of days ago, giving a speech at a university here in Utah, if you are not aware of that. Charlie was an amazing young man. He was the president and CEO of his own organization he started at 18 called Turning Point. His mission was simple, but it was very bold. His mission was to defend Christian values and to remind us of the foundation God gave this country, and to inspire a generation to rise up with truth, courage, and hope. Our next generation, our young people. Charlie had a fire in him. Man, he walked boldly onto college campuses across this nation, speaking the truth where others stayed silent. He told young people that life mattered and a lot of people didn't like it. He told them that every human being has value. Charlie defended the right to speak freely and the right to worship God and the right to stand without fear of persecution. He challenged the culture of silence and compromise by saying what needed to be said, that every life is precious. Every voice in this country matters, and every person was created for a reason, that we all have a purpose. What strikes me most about Charlie's legacy is not what he said, but who he spoke to. He had the boldness to speak to the next generation, to his generation. Man, our young people are so hungry. Our youth, our young adults, they are so hungry. They want to know that they matter, that they're seen and that they're heard. Too many of them are caught up in all this false connections of the social media and TikTok. They're buried in it, in Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, all of it. But yet they still find themselves so empty inside. They have been lied to so much. They have been told that they don't have any value, that they're accidents, or their voice just doesn't flat matter at all. But deep down, they are so hungry for the truth. And that's what Charlie did. He spoke the truth to them. He reminded our young people that God designed them with a purpose and worth. He showed them that being bold doesn't mean being hateful. Isn't that a new concept? He taught them that it means to stand up for your life, for freedom, for love, and for our country that we live in. And that message is what so many of the students that heard him grabbed a hold of, because it's what their hearts are so desperate for. My 20-year-old daughter cried and wept when she found out that Charlie Kirk died, and so many of them have. Let's just be honest here. We know our country is struggling. We know our kids are struggling. We know that our schools are struggling. I have spent years working in the public school systems, in the public education system. And I'm here to tell you, the culture has broken down drastically. There are discipline problems that have risen like crazy. Respect for the teachers has totally disappeared. And our students are left without so much direction. Too often, well, we just know that this chaos is coming from their pain that they carry. The pain from all the bullying from one another, the broken homes, the abuse physically, mentally, emotionally, the anxiety and depression, and all the disconnection that they have with one another. They don't know how to behave because they truly haven't been shown another way how to behave among the teachers, the administrators, and everyone else. What do they see? You know what they see? They see the adults shouting at each other, tearing each other down, and they think treating each other that way is normal. Our kids think that's the way it's supposed to be, but it's not. And it's time that it stopped. And that's what Charlie was trying to remind us all of. Charlie reminds us, you know what he reminds us of? He taught us that it's possible to change. That even an 18-year-old boy or young adult could be one person who could take what he believed in and create a ripple across a nation. I believe that his passing is going to echo even louder now. It's going to call our kids up to step up and to be bold and to love deeply and to bring truth into our homes, our schools, and our communities again. It just fires me up and excites me. It reminds me of this young man that I heard today. His name is Peter Spreacher. I don't know if y'all heard him or not, but he did a TikTok tribute to Charlie. And something he said, man, it struck me deeply. He talked about the organization that Charlie started called Turning Point. And he said that he didn't believe that the name that Charlie created for his organization was a coincidence. He said that what Charlie did was create a turning point in our country. And he said that it wasn't just for our country, whether Charlie realized it or not, but it was really for the young people. He said that he created a turning point where it's time for the young people to rise up, to stand up and be bold like Charlie did, and to refuse to back down and tell the truth. And I thought that was amazing. This was a young kid that was probably in high school that spoke this. It really spoke right to my heart because I truly believe the same thing that this kid was saying. I believe that now is the time. Now is the time for our youth to rise up in our schools and in our colleges and in our communities, in the neighborhoods they live in our churches, and even in their friend groups. It's time for them to be bold and to speak life and to carry truth into the world that we live in because we so desperately need it. But it's also time for us as adults and the parents and the mentors and the leaders to step in where we need to step in finally. We need to listen to our kids. We need to speak value into their lives and to remind them that they are seen and they are heard, they are enough, and that they are deeply loved by God. Each one of our kids, each one of us was created uniquely and wonderfully made with our own fingerprint in this world, for this world that we live in. We all have a divine purpose that only we can feel. I heard this year, and it is so true, that somebody out there is waiting on the other side of our obedience that God called us to. Someone is waiting to be blessed, to be encouraged, or saved because we chose to walk in our calling, that our kids chose to walk in their calling. That's literally what Charlie's life represented, what his life represented to us as adults, but to our kids and our young adults in this country. Man, he was bold. He was unashamed of the gospel. And he believed in the God-given worth of every person in this world. To honor him, we can't let this moment pass. This moment that our country is in right now, we cannot let this pass. We've got to rise up, young people, as leaders who will speak the truth and live courageously and call this country back to the foundation of God's principles. We need to stand up and help our kids to do this. As I close this episode today, I want to ask you, each one of you listening out there, to reflect on this and ask yourself, what is God calling me to do? Is he asking me to step into the life of a young person, to encourage them, or to remind them of their worth, or to just point them back to Jesus? If you know a young person, please be intentional to speak to them. Speak life into them. Show them that they matter. Help them to see that they are designed to win. And as we close out today, let's take a moment and pray for Charlie's family and his loved ones. May God comfort them and bring them peace. Surround his family with his presence and his love, and give them comfort in knowing that Charlie is with him, watching over them and cheering them on and cheering us on to continue what he started while he was here. I thank you so much for taking this time to listen to me today, to listen to me give honor to Charlie Kirk, to bring recognition to his life and what he did. I pray that as you leave here, you leave encouraged, that you are strengthened, and that you are bold enough to take the opportunity to pass this message on that I spoke today, that it might touch somebody else's life. It might speak into somebody else's life like Charlie did. So until next time, please remember, God loves you.